Western teacher hemisphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are busy trying to reset the power. I know Cape Town is panicking, but you know what? There's no panicking here because we have good wine, good food, great company, and it's a big, warm welcome that we give to the Honourable Minister, the Dr. Blade Nzimande, who's the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Blade Nzimande, thank you so much, sir, for joining us here. We're about to go live in a couple of minutes or so, but the favorite part, or my favorite part of the meal, is that dessert is now served.
and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 23rd Science Oscars of South Africa, the National Science and Technology Forum Awards hosted in partnership with co-branding sponsor South32. This year, we are doing things a little bit different with two in-person events, the one here in Cape Town and the other up in Johannesburg. And then, of course, we have all of you joining us from the comfort of your living room. I'm Gillian Arendse, and I'm based at NRF Utemba Labs in Somerset West, and I'll be the host in Cape Town. My partner in crime, live from Johannesburg, the gorgeous, the one and only SABC TV sports presenter, Zai Khan. Zai, over to you.
Thank you, Gillian. A warm welcome, everyone. I am your co-host, Zai Khan, live here from Johannesburg. Celebrating with us tonight is the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Blade Nzimande, and a big round of applause for our VIPs that are here tonight. This is about you, the rock stars of the show.
Thank you, Zai. We are picking up on that energy, and we can see that you guys are ready to rock. And of course, supporting our minister tonight here in Cape Town, we have our very own Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, Dr. Philemon Njwaha. Now let me introduce you to the National Science and Technology Forum, in short, the NSTF. The NSTF is the largest national non-profit stakeholder body for all science, engineering, technology, and innovation organizations in South Africa. In existence for 26 years now, the NSTF has been an independent voice promoting science and innovation through collaborative effort. Zai, back to you, dear.
Thanks, Gillian. We welcome our online community on YouTube tonight. We welcome you to the NSTF, which is recognizing outstanding contributions of the awards finalists. And this is the live broadcast from two great cities, the beautiful Cape Town as well as Johannesburg. And you can connect via the NSTF YouTube channel. Now, the theme for this year is the creative economy for sustainable development, aligned to the United Nations Declaration of the International Year. The awards tonight will recognize this theme by making a special award for an outstanding contribution related to that theme. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the theme video, Creative Economy for Sustainable Development.
They say that the most beautiful trait of the brain is that it is highly curious. Is it curiosity that moves us and drives us? Or is it what we see, hear, and understand? Is our need to evolve, innovate, and grow propelling us forward? Is creativity in our design, our DNA, culture, or heritage?
Right, so I do hope that you were able to pick up on the video, even though here in Cape Town, I think we had issues with sound, but it's all about creativity, it's all about sustainability, and hopefully that came through as you watched the video. So from the mother city, Cape Town, it's now my privilege to call to the stage the chairperson of the NSTF, Professor Ali Dansey. Professor Dansey is an honorary research associate at the Burden of Disease Research Unit of the South African Medical Research Council and an external lecturer at Stellenbosch University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the one, the only, Professor Ali Dansey.
Thank you, Julian. Sure, I'm relieved that your surname is not difficult to pronounce, Julian. Recently, a senior city official invited to the podium by the Master of Ceremonies at the film industry event said he would not pronounce the MC's surname because it had too many vowels too awkwardly placed. The MC's name, you ask? It was Mr. Abungile Nilenzele. But I tried. I think it was a blatant cop-out. Pun is intended. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sambunani, Dumelang, Olweni, Goeienaand. Welcome to the 23rd NSTF-South32 Award Ceremony on behalf of the NSTF Forum Executive, Committee and Board of Directors. Through the awards, the NSTF recognizes and rewards excellence in science, engineering, and technology and innovation in South Africa. We are glad that you, our constituency and supporters, are able to share in the celebration of these major accomplishments. Last year, we had a virtual event. This year, we present the awards in a hybrid format. So as you've experienced, it's a bit of a technical hitch, but that's part of the challenge that we need to overcome. The hybrid format embodies elements of the creative industries that contribute to the creative economy, such as film industry, AV, and art. The theme of the NSTF Awards this year is Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. A warm welcome to the patron of the awards, the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Dr. Bonginkosi Emmanuel Blade Zamandi, Dr. Philemon Mjwaha, the Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, the NSTF Executive Committee members and directors, the Awards Committee, and the Adjudication Panel, Awards Publicity Committee, sponsored, and our honored guests, among whom are Mr. Lucas Masimanga in Johannesburg, representing our co-branding sponsor, South32, Dr. Ayodele Odusola, United Nations Development Programme Resident Representative for South Africa. And then there was an apology from the Honourable Member of Parliament, Ms. Makachwa, as she could not attend, but she does send her best wishes for the event. The Honourable Member of Parliament, Mr. Nazir Paulson, and Professor Grendel Gray, SAMRC President and CEO. So while we celebrate and recognize the outstanding achievements of the awardees today, we also remember those who cannot be with us. Professor Bob Robert Scholes, Mr. Lionel Murcott, the husband of our Executive Director, Yancy, and many, many others. I doubt that there is a person, family, or community that has not been affected by the pandemic, directly or indirectly, while recognizing that non-COVID events and morbidities unfortunately continue unabated. There are numerous challenges facing us during the time of COVID, not least of which is the spectre of disinformation and its non-identical twin, misinformation. I referred to the two quotes in my message in the Wuzu booklet, which indicate that anti-vaxxers are not defined by any specific educational or privilege status. Trust in science is being undermined, and the need for proper, coherent, clear, and current communication strategies has never been more needed. Congratulations to the winners and finalists, and thank you for your superb contributions to science, engineering, technology, and innovation in South Africa. Lastly, thank you to the nominees, as well as their host institutions and organizations, for nurturing the talented practitioners in science, technology, and innovation. I encourage you to read the Uzu booklet, in which all who contributed to the staging of tonight's event are recognized. Thank you, Nkosi Ngiyabonga, Kyalibucha, and Danki. And lastly, just to say that vowels are important, the word I'm saying to all of you, Ndiani Bulela, and I'm not saying Ndiani Bulala, because just the change from an E to an A, instead of saying thank you, it means I want to kill you. And I promise you, I don't want to do that. So enjoy the program. Those at both events, venues and those participating online. Stay safe and well. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ali, for those words of welcome, and thank you for stressing the importance of vowels. And I think we will practice that. But I think as you were talking, and you're talking about COVID and realities, it's important to understand that out of the chaos, often that is where hope is born from. Things need to go horribly wrong for us to realize that we can do something about it to take us to a new place. So thank you that you are here, and thank you that we're able to celebrate your resilience through your excellence and your performance. So we talked about the sustainability, and we talked about creativity, and we talked about the importance of seeing and also hearing. So let's have another go at that video.
They say that the most beautiful trait of the brain is that it is highly curious. Is it curiosity that moves us and drives us? Or is it what we see, hear, and understand? Is our need to evolve, innovate, and grow propelling us forward? Is creativity in our design, our DNA, culture, or heritage? Where does creativity originate from? Every one of us is a creative person, but what makes us different from one another is how we use the neural pathways inside our brains. Perhaps it is the world around us that inspires us and sparks our imagination. Have you seen the world of endless possibilities, continuous energy, and unlimited imagination? A world where ideas form the world around us. This world defines who we are and determines our destiny. What if I told you this world lives inside of you? Creativity is something that anyone can cultivate. Keep dreaming. Keep experimenting. Feed your imagination. Create more. Play more. Keep moving forward and be the creative economy that inspires a greater tomorrow.
So hopefully the theme makes a little bit more sense.
Well, there you have it. That was the creativity part, and we know that creativity takes courage, which is exactly what we have tonight here. All the courage, all the winners, but we also have the glitz and glamour that we promised you. Now, the NSTF Awards, they have been sponsored by a Crow branding sponsor, which is South32. I now have the pleasure to welcome the Vice President of Operations, Manganese, Mr. Lucas Msimanga, to the stage. Mr. Msimanga is standing in tonight for his Chief Operations Officer, Mr. Mike Fraser, who unfortunately could not join us tonight. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Lucas Msimanga.
Thank you. I must say, coming to make this speech, I always had this fear of saying, well, what if I lose my iPad? Especially after what the president went through. I've actually made sure that I guard my iPad jealously very close to me. On that note, Zai Khan, thank you very much. I must say I look forward to your voice every morning. And I do that because I'm a Sundown supporter. And unfortunately for the minister, when he hears your voice, it's actually some bad news. But anyway, as they say, zizojika izinto sometime. Yeah. Program Director, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Dr. Blade Nzimande Perpetua. Esteemed awards nominees, industry colleagues and partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is indeed a great pleasure to represent South32 and address you today on this prestigious day. The day honors the men and women who are trailblazers in the field of science and technology. I am more excited because I am able to celebrate with you in person this year. The past 18 months have been challenging for us as a nation, but it was through professionals like you in the field of science and technology that we now have a vaccine which is an effective defense against coronavirus. This year's theme of creative economy speaks to the heart of South32's purpose. Since day one, South32 have had a clear purpose, and that is to make a difference by developing natural resources, improving people's lives now and for generations to come. We have worked hard in recent years to implement community investment plans that are aimed at making a difference in our host communities, our employees, and supporting the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is done through our bursary and graduate programs aimed at empowering the youth in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Today, I'm here to celebrate and honor you, our awards recipients, for the contribution and groundbreaking discoveries you make, like developing COVID-19 vaccine, as I alluded to earlier. It is through such discoveries that we will be able to achieve herd immunity and rebuild our economy for a sustainable development. Today is not about a long speech. Today is about a celebration of your hard work and commitment, a celebration of the direction our economy will take through the collaboration of government, private sector, and academia in the science and technology field. I would like to also applaud the National Science and Technology Forum for partnering with us all these years to ensure we continue to honor and recognize some of the greatest scientific minds in South Africa. People whose drive and enthusiasm for their subject helps them push boundaries in science and technology to help us overcome challenges, including COVID-19, HIV/AIDS, as well as TB, to name but a few. We look forward to a brighter future as a nation, and we are positive about that. South32 is committed to be an active partner in this collaboration to make a difference by developing natural resources, improving people's lives now and for generations to come. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much to South32 for their wonderful contribution to the NSTF. Now, as you know, the National Science and Technology Forum is committed to inspiring youth of South Africa, and this is exactly what the NSTF Brilliance Program has been doing for the past 20 years. The program is generously sponsored this year by 3 partners, the Lewis Foundation, South32, as well as the Department of Science and Innovation. And here to tell us more, please welcome to the Johannesburg stage, Executive Director of the NSTF, Ms. Yancy Niehaus.
Good evening, Minister and esteemed guests. It is wonderful to be here. It is wonderful to see you all and to know that there's a party going on in Cape Town as well. I hope they're enjoying themselves as much as we are. The Brilliance program is a program that's been going for 20 years now. The Brilliance students that are selected for the program have 90% or more for physical science and mathematics in matric. They're the top achievers in these two subjects from class of 2020, selected from all over the country, 2 per province. And they're selected as the very top achievers who chose to study STEM-related courses. So, you know, we actually disqualify those that haven't chosen for STEM-related courses. The Brilliance Group's average for these two subjects is 98.5 this year. This year we selected an extra 3 students because the same top marks were achieved by 2 girls or 2 boys in particular provinces. We usually have a tie somewhere, but this year there are actually 3 ties. So there are 21 Brilliance students, and South32 is currently the main sponsor of the Brilliance program. We thank them very much for that. The Fuchs Foundation has been sponsoring the Brilliance program for the past 5 years. The Department of Science and Innovation funding is provided for a few partial bursaries for those students who do not have bursaries. And this is always a surprising thing, that not all such top achievers receive full bursaries. This year, in addition to the Brilliant students, we have selected 9 top achieving matrics for the biological and environmental sciences. So we call the program the BEST program, not because they're better than the Brilliants, but because it's BEST, which stands for Biological and Environmental Sciences Top Achievers. They are similarly matrics who got very high marks in maths and science, but they have chosen to study in biological and environmental related sciences. They have in the low 90s is their average, which is absolutely fantastic, but you know, it just shows you how many top achievers there actually are in South Africa, and people don't realize it. We had a field trip planned. The Lewis Foundation is sponsoring the field trip for both the Brilliance and the BEST students, and the field trip could not take place this year because of the pandemic and is postponed to next year. Our sincere thanks to the sponsors for acknowledging the achievements of these remarkably talented students. And congratulations to the students of the Brilliance and BEST programs. I hope you're watching. The NSTF recognizes the hard work and perseverance that was demanded of you last year, and the strength of character that you needed to persist to be among the top achievers. May you all be successful in your studies and go from strength to strength. We will now play videos of 3 speeches by selected Brilliant students.
Thank you for the amazing opportunity to be selected for the NSTF Brilliance program. I am Gabby Christians. I was born and raised in Kimberley in the Northern Cape, where I matriculated at Kimberley Girls High School as the top student in the province. I am currently a first-year process engineering student at the University of Stellenbosch. Science has the ability to bridge the widest barriers, capable of uniting all people toward a common goal. I am interested in the production and use of biofuels, and hopefully one day I will be one of the young engineers producing and making such alternative energy sources more accessible to more people. There is room for improvement in everything we have made thus far, be it in terms of sustainability, ergonomics, or efficiency. And hopefully one day I will be one of the innovative scientists and engineers who drive our country forward. I am so grateful for this opportunity, and I am excited for the future of South Africa.
Growing up in a township comes with its own challenges. One can easily give up, like many did. But it was through the help of family, and teachers. That has ensured that I keep motivated throughout my schooling. Seeing and knowing that we are more prone to natural disasters, wars, and pandemics, it is quite clear that this is going to be a growing phenomenon in our continent. More doctors are going to be needed. And because as poor as I am, I was given the opportunity to study and have education, one which many in our continent are deprived of because of the color of their skin, their gender, and their social status. I felt great need to be an agent of change.
My name is Ivalena Atimwendu. I am a 17-year-old who comes from a small town in the Eastern Cape. I am an ambitious, passionate, and compassionate person, and I'm currently in the first year of my journey to becoming a medical doctor in South Africa. Being born and bred in the Eastern Cape, I've heard a lot of stories and have witnessed a lot of incidences that have triggered the urge in me to become a curer. I'm moved by experiences such as seeing sudden loss of lives being taken as a normal thing in society. I'm a great believer in the improvement of people's lives. As a curious person, I'm pretty fascinated by exploring different solutions to different problems in order to improve the lives of those around me. And I believe that the most significant improvement that can happen in a person's life is that of well-being, which is why I want to become a doctor. I think it is important that even though I will be responsible for people's healthcare, I'll also be a motivation and inspiration to other young people who want to make a permanent positive difference in the world like myself.
The future is bright, and science is definitely a way of thinking, and we can safely say that the kids, they will definitely know what to do with this planet once we've done what we've done to this planet. But nevertheless, a big round of applause from both Cape Town and Johannesburg to our virtual audience. A big welcome to you. We do seem to focus on you at home, online, on YouTube, enjoying that class of 2020, which is the National Senior Certificate selected for the NSTF Brilliance and Best Programs. Now, to introduce the highly anticipated slot of the evening, I hand over to Gillian in Cape Town to announce our keynote speaker.
Right, we promise there will be more star-studded science and technology news to come. But right now, ladies and gents, let's first welcome to the stage the patron of the NSTF-South32 Awards, our Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Dr. Blade Nzimande, to deliver from the Johannesburg stage his keynote address. Minister, the Joburg stage is yours.
Thank you very much, program directors, Ms. Zaikan and Dr. Gillian Arends of Itemba Labs, National Science and Technology Forum Chair, Professor Ali Dansey, ambassadors and other members of the diplomatic corps who have joined us, the executive committee and members of the NSTF, the executive director of the NSTF, Ms. Yansini House, South32 Vice President of Operation Manganese, Mr. Lucas Msimanga, Chairperson of the NSTF Adjudication Panel, Mr. Dennis Hunt, and Deputy Chair of the Adjudication Panel, Dr. Sibusiso Manzini, the Vice Chancellors of universities, heads of science councils and professional bodies, sponsors, funders, finalists, members of the media, the Maiden Guardian and Business Report newspapers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Zai, when I saw you, I got confused whether it's the morning or the evening. At least I've got my bearings now. Good evening, everyone. And first and foremost, let me thank the leadership of the NSTF, our National Science and Technology Forum, for inviting me to be part of this august event held to honor and celebrate outstanding contributions to science, engineering, technology, and innovation in South Africa. I am truly humbled by being bestowed with being the patron of these awards, which are second to none in our country. This year's installation of the awards are held under an international theme, the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, with a special annual theme award to be presented for an outstanding contribution to science, engineering, technology, and innovation towards work related to the main theme. I am informed that the 2020-2021 NSTF Awards received 121 nominations. Out of these, 66 were nominated and recognized as finalists. This evening, we will be announcing the 14 winners. Ladies and gentlemen, our department's leadership of the National System of Innovation is underpinned by the 2019 White Paper on Science, Technology, Innovation, as well as the Science, Technology, Innovation Decadal Plan, through which the White Paper is implemented. You see, Ishmael, we are causing trouble now for my speech because I forgot to acknowledge our special DG, Dr. Philip Mjwaha in Cape Town. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. I will be without a DG. I can't afford that. Guided by this new policy, the Department of Science and Innovation and its entities began adapting approaches and established cross-cutting innovation instruments and solution-oriented capabilities to enhance service delivery. We also need to develop high-end innovative human resources as key to our development of a globally competitive, expanded, and transformed national system of innovation. And we should not be ashamed to celebrate the best and the brightest amongst us. South Africa's Human Resources Development Strategy towards 2030 speaks of increasing productivity and promoting the human resources development needs to transform our country. The most important question that we must all answer is how do we position science, technology, and innovation, particularly our STEM subjects, to advance our human resources development strategy towards 2030. We must also consciously align and locate our skills development plans and initiatives with the government's district development model so as to produce skills profiles and skills plans for each of the 44 districts of our country. To help realize this goal, my department contributed to the government's socio-economic and transformation objectives by supporting 11,571 postgraduate students through various human capacity development initiatives. In the 2020-2021 financial year, the department supported a total of 1,085 graduates and interns in various programs related to science, technology, innovation. We are also providing grants through several instruments designed to strengthen research capacity at universities, including through the South African Research Chairs Initiative and the Centers of Excellence program. We awarded 3,000 research grants through programs managed by the National Research Foundation, the NRF. Our NRF-funded researchers published over 8,150 research articles cited in the Web of Science citation database. We all should know that South Africa requires skills to enable citizens to participate in the new world of work and to support our economic reconstruction and recovery plan as led by our president and its efforts to make our economy more dynamic in tackling inequality, unemployment, and poverty in the 21st century, and also in the wake of the negative impact of COVID-19. As a department, we are focusing our efforts on building and strengthening our indigenous, scientific, technical, vocational, and engineering capacity in order to meet our objectives as set out in our skills and innovation strategies, especially those that support our economic recovery program. We do this through repurposing of our technical vocational education and training colleges, our universities, our sector education and training authorities, the SETAs, and community education and training colleges. We are conscious of the fact that capacity building is needed at all levels, at government policy-making level, labor force, education sector broadly, and in the research and development sphere, including in supporting enterprise development and innovation. We need to enhance the modernization and competitiveness of our existing firms and sectors, particularly in high potential fields such as aerospace, advanced manufacturing, chemicals, advanced metals, mining, information, communication technology, in genomics, a field that, by the way, we are distinguishing ourselves as South Africa, data science, artificial intelligence, robotics, and nanomaterials. A significant portion of our investment is earmarked for the ongoing implementation of our research infrastructure roadmap projects in the thematic areas of humans and society, health, biological and food security, earth and environment, materials and manufacturing, energy and physical sciences and engineering. Through our 18 technology stations programs, hosted by 13 universities in our country, we have provided technological support to 2,162 small, medium, and micro enterprises and potential entrepreneurs, of which 1,055 were women-owned. The Department of Higher Education and Training continues also to encourage the spirit of entrepreneurship amongst the youth so that they can create new science, technology, and innovation enterprises, which are supported through entrepreneurship programs based within our university system. I was telling Yancy that I love the theme about today's research is tomorrow's innovation. That's what we are trying to support. In conclusion, I wish to congratulate all the finalists in this year's NSTF Awards. In the years since the prestigious event was inaugurated, competition continues to become progressively tougher, to the point where selection as a finalist in itself is a great honor and privilege. I also recognize all the NSTF youth who participated in the Brilliance program. Well done. My Department of Science and Innovation will also be awarding bursaries to all the Brilliance program selected students. I also extend my recognition to 9 students from among the top matriculants who are studying life sciences and environmental studies at the request of the Lewis Foundation, which is their sponsor. They are called the BEST, as Yancy was saying, that stands for Biological and Environmental Sciences top students. Altogether, 28 students will be recognized for their top physical science and mathematics marks in 2020. To all the winners this evening, your work inspires us and lays the foundation for the future generation of scientists and academics to come. I salute you all and thanks for giving me your undivided attention this evening. Thank you very much.
Big thank you once again to the Honourable Minister, Dr. Blade Mzimande, everybody. Well, tonight it's all about the inventors, the scientists, the researchers, the pioneers, the ones, you, that make our lives so much better. Yes, you are the rock stars, that's right. And I'm not talking about oxides and carbonates, whatever that is, in my limited capacity, but I want to tell you that tonight is about you, the cool kids who are making it happen. Now, the NSTF Awards, together with South32, are just getting started. We're proud to recognize some of the brightest minds in science, engineering, technology, as well as innovation here in South Africa. So we will be honoring the finalists and presenting the awards to both the winners here in Johannesburg and in Cape Town in turns. And to do the honors here in Johannesburg, please let us welcome to the stage the chairperson and the head adjudicator of the NSTF Awards Adjudication Panel, Mr. Dennis Hunt.
Gillian, over to you.
Right, thank you for introducing Dennis up in Johannesburg and of course here in Cape Town. To announce the winners, please welcome to the Cape Town stage the Deputy Chairperson of the Adjudication Panel, Dr. Sibusiso Manzini.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, Dennis, in Johannesburg.
Minister Dr. Nzimande, distinguished guests, NSTF members, finalists, students, and other attendees on Zoom. I have to say, before I start, how enormously exhilarating it is to be here in person together with you in person, and let's face it, the pleasure of being able to share this event with people over the airwaves. "224 nominations were registered this year. You know, we register first and then they come in. At the close of nominations, we received 123 nominations, of which 30 were in more than one category. The full list of nominations received was published in April. The NSTF is proud of the extent to which achievers of our society have been prepared to make their names available for these awards and to tell us of their achievements. This is a tribute to the regard in which these awards are held and the commitment from the science and technology community to the objectives that the NSTF has set out to achieve. We make no apology for striving to reward research and development and innovations that have reached the level of delivering results for our economic growth. We remain open to suggestions as to how the awards might be improved and to partner with members of the National System of Innovation on existing categories or new ones. Once again, the NSTF Adjudication Panel has had to be careful to avoid making an award for a contribution which has been recognized previously. This leads to some difficult decisions and interpretations for the panel. However, we do believe that it's important to encourage and recognize new work, new talent, and new faces. I'm especially grateful to my colleagues on the adjudication panel and their employers, as well as to the members of the panel of experts who are all named in the Who's Who booklet, which has been published on the NSTF website and which you've had copies on the tables, and who gave selflessly of their time to the selection of the finalists and the winners. A few words now on the protocol. A finalist, by our definition, is a nominee considered eligible for the award. A finalist has therefore made a sufficiently outstanding contribution and qualifies to be considered in the category. The NSTF recognizes and celebrates all the 66 finalists, some in more than one category, who were announced in the NSTF newsletter in May. A certificate has been prepared for each finalist and has been emailed to each of them. In one sense, they are all winners. Can we please give a round of applause to the finalists? This now is the process for announcing the winners tonight. I, as the chair of the NSTF adjudication panel, alternating with the deputy chair of the panel, Dr. Sibusiso Manzini in Cape Town, will announce the category. We will then announce the winner, who will then be called up to the stage. If present, the winner will come up to the stage, receive the award, and say a few words. If the winner or a stand-in is not present to receive the award on his or her behalf, a recording of a speech will be played. We will now switch to Cape Town for you to meet Dr. Manzini, who's recently been appointed to a position as the Chief Director, Human Capital and Science Engagement in the Department of Science and Innovation, and the Director General has graciously allowed Dr. Manzini to officiate tonight. Dr. Manzini will introduce the trophy and thereafter announce the first winner. So over to Cape Town.
Thank you, Dennis. It was an honor assessing the outstanding work of our awards nominees and working with the rest of the NSTF Awards adjudication panel to decide the finalists and the winners. No awards event is complete without the all-important trophy. NSTF is especially proud of its trophy, which is one of a kind in South Africa. It is manufactured by 3D printing and additive manufacturing with titanium. Without further ado, let's start the awards proceedings with a video on the trophy. The Department of Science and Innovation has been sponsoring the NSTF Awards for 23 years. We recognize them through the presence of the Minister on the stage tonight in Johannesburg and the presence of the Director General here in Cape Town. Would the Minister please join Mr. Dennis Hunt on the stage in Johannesburg? As the Minister comes up, can we give them a round of applause? Our first award is in the Special Annual Theme Award category, the Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, and goes to an individual or an organization for an outstanding contribution to science, engineering, technology, and innovation in recognition of the 2021 International Year of the Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, as declared by the United Nations, and is awarded according to the criteria in any of the other categories, but which meet this objective. Let us have a look at our finalists.
Special Annual Theme Award, Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. Dr. Tegan Bristow. Dr. Daniel Kunama. Dr. Eleanor Meyer. Professor Marsha Mkansi. Dr. Ashwell Ndlala.
For her contribution to the direction of the Fabugase African Digital Innovation Festival and leading development and research in the digital creative industries in Africa, the award goes to Senior Lecturer and Director, Fabugase African Digital Innovation Festival, School of Fine Arts, University of the Witwatersrand, Dr. Taken Bristow. Will Dr. Bristow come forward? I believe she is in Johannesburg to receive the award.
Thank you very much, Minister and Sir. Thank you very much to Brett Piper, who's with us, who's the head of the School of Arts, who has supported the development of the Fakugezi African Digital Innovation Festival through Wits University and the Smologong Innovation Precinct in Braamfontein. I don't know what else to say. I wasn't expecting it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This side.
We now cross back to Cape Town for the announcement of the next winner.
The next award goes to a non-governmental organization for an outstanding contribution over the last 5 to 10 years to science, engineering, technology, innovation, technology transfer, and education and training activities. Let's have a look at the finalists.
Non-Governmental Organization Award. Mobile Applications Laboratory. Outlook Foundation. Scienza Science Center, University of Pretoria. Tibello Informal Settlement Health Project. Young Engineers and Scientists of Africa.
For their contribution through their outreach, through various activities such as motivational talks, career guidance on STEM fields, advocacy of academic excellence, coaching and mentoring directed at youth and communities, the award goes to Outlook Foundation. Would the Chief Executive Officer of Outlook, Mr. Sipumutu Ilifitwe, please come forward in Johannesburg to receive the award.
Good evening, Minister, the Executive Director of the NSTF Awards. It was a long trip for me, so I'm still catching my breath. But I just want to say thank you for rewarding the group of volunteers who wake up early hours, who sacrifice their time, who sacrifice their weekend to make sure that they reach the youngsters. This is the award that we say we dedicate to the youngsters who are the recipients of what we plan for them. We just want to thank also the sponsors that usually sponsor projects, our partners, and the team that I work with, because if I forget them, I know I'm not gonna hear the end of it. Just want to say thank you, and this is the token that says there's a lot of hard work awaiting you. Thank you very much.
Thank you to our winner. Let us cross over to Cape Town again for the next award announcement. Over to Sibusiso.
Thank you, Dennis. I would now like to call on the Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, Dr. Phil Mjwaha, to join me on the stage. Our next award is to an individual or a team for an outstanding contribution through communication, for outreach, and creating awareness of science, engineering, technology, and innovation over the last 5 years. Let's take a look at our finalists.
Communication Award. Ask Africa. Dr. Daniel Kunama. Professor Tessa Marcus. Professor Carolina Udman. The Cosmic Savannah.
For reshaping how science is communicated to the general public, and in particular, research into building a scientific vocabulary in African languages. The award goes to Associate Professor and Associate Director, Development and Outreach, Inter-University Institute of Data Intensive Astronomy, University of the Western Cape, Professor Carolina Ortman. Would Professor Ortman or her representative come to the stage to receive the award? I believe this should be Cape Town for a change. Yes.
Firstly, apologies from Carolina for not being able to be here. She is not well. Congratulations to all the finalists. I am biased. This is my university, so I say, well deserved, Carolina. We are proud of you, and thank you very much.
Congratulations once more to Professor Ortman, and we wish her a speedy recovery. DG, thank you very much for the time being. We now cross over to Johannesburg for the announcement of the next award.
We now come to our next category, the Innovation Awards. These awards go to a team or individual for innovations and their research and or development over the last 5 to 10 years. Firstly, through a small, medium, or micro enterprise. May I please call on the NIPMO representative, Ms. Lindiwe Mashambia, Deputy Director, Funds and Incentives at NIPMO, to join us on stage to participate in handing over the award. Let us now take a look at the finalists.
Innovation Award, Small, Medium and Micro Enterprise, sponsored by NIPMO. Cape Catalytics. Diagnostic Aptamer Technologies Aminotech and Amasu Technologies. Heartwood Sustainable Industries. Reverse Osmosis Cooling Water Technologies. The Stellenbosch Nanofiber Company, Stellenbosch University.
For the research and development of processes to recover drinking quality water and saleable products from the processing of liquid and solid mining wastes from the mining, power station and fertilizer industries, The award goes to ROC Water Technologies Pty Limited. With the Director and Project Coordinator, Department of Water and Sanitation at the University of Limpopo, Professor Yanni Maria, please come forward to receive the award.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Rock Water Technologies, we appreciate this award. I have to give recognition to the team, University of Limpopo, where I have a 3-year contract. Thermal, where we demonstrate the freeze crystallization technology. Water Research Commission, who sponsored the Wader project at Gala Colliery, Gala, and the Innovation Hub. Thank you very much.
Just a photograph. Secondly, in the innovation category, this award goes to a team or individual for an outstanding contribution through innovations and their research and or development over the last 5 to 10 years through a corporate organization or institution. Let us now have a look at the finalists.
Innovation Award, Corporate Organization. Innovis Technology Transfer Office Team, Stellenbosch University. Professor Marsha Mkansi. Dr. Buitumelo Innocent Ramatsetse. The Biomimicry Diagnostic Verification Controls Team, University of the Witwatersrand.
For the development of an innovative verification of diagnostic tests for COVID-19 and other infectious diseases using biomimicry, the award goes to the Biomimicry Diagnostic Verification Controls Team from the DSI NRF Centre of Excellence at the University of the Witwatersrand, the CEO, Dr. Bhavesh Khanna. Would Dr. Khanna please come forward to receive the award?
Thank you very much. It's very overwhelming. I think what COVID has done, as we all know, is it's turned the world on its head. And we've all had to dig really deep to see where we could help as we witness this horror unfolding in front of us. We've been deeply privileged that we've been given a chance to contribute, to help people enable mass testing, not only in South Africa, but many places around the world. But I'd also like to acknowledge a fantastic team. I'm the spokesperson for a brilliant group of people. The guys who work at the Centre of Excellence for TB Research at WITS, our lab at the NHLS. We're supported by a brilliant team in the research office. We could not have done this without the help of Ella Romanovska and her team at the WITS Enterprise. So thank you very much to everyone who's contributed.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna. The next award goes to an individual or an organization for an outstanding contribution to science, engineering, and technology by advancing the availability, management, and reuse of research data. Let's have a look at our finalists in this category.
Data for Research Award. Baobab Laboratory Management Information Systems, University of the Western Cape. School of Geosciences Data Collection and Storage Facility, University of the Witwatersrand. The National Income Dynamics Study Coronavirus Rapid Mobile Survey Team, University of Cape Town. the South African Human Genetics Database, Stellenbosch University.
For the development of techniques to use legacy data to explore for mineral resources, support safe and efficient mining, and assess and mitigate geohazards, the award goes to the Data Collection and Storage Facility of the School of Geosciences at the University of the Witwatersrand, under the leadership of Professors Raymond Durheim, Musa Manzi, and Glenn Nwaila. Will Professor Manzi please come forward to receive the award on behalf of the team?
What can I say? Wow, I just came to have a glass of wine and I have to come and receive an award. As a spokesperson of the School of Geosciences, it is indeed an honor to be in the midst of my favorite minister and then the NSTF award team, as well as all the other winners tonight. And I just want to thank you all for the support, and especially the Vice Chancellor at the University of the Witwatersrand and the new Dean, our head of school, as well as our research department, all down to the VET enterprise, as well as the communication team. We use the new technologies to recover the legacy data set. We take all the data that's been lost. We're saying, do not leave your legacy behind. So this is the team made of a different type of people. So we just want to say, thank you all. If you've got a legacy data, don't throw it out, because your next discovery might be hidden just there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Manzi. We're now going to cross over to Cape Town for our next award. Over to you, Sibasiso.
Thank you, Dennis. Once more, I'd like to call Dr. Phil Njwaha, our DG, to join me on the stage for handing over our next award. The next award goes to an individual organization for outstanding contribution towards achieving sustainable water management, knowledge generation, and solution, to be awarded in recognition of demonstrated leadership, innovation, and impact. This award is sponsored for the 5th year by the Water Research Commission, would Dr. Roderick Juba, postdoctoral researcher, ecological infrastructure for water security project, Water Research, come over to represent the Water Research Commission, who is the sponsor of the award. Let's have a look at the finalists for this award.
NSTF Water Research Commission Award, sponsored by Water Research Commission. Professor Tamiru Abiye, Professor Paul Oberholzer. Reverse Osmosis Cooling Water Technologies, Professor Craig Sheridan.
For a contribution to water resource management in South Africa over the last 5 years, with special reference to the field of biological passive wastewater treatment, the award goes to Director, Center for Environmental Management in South Africa at the University of the Free State, Professor Paul Oberholzer.
Yes, I can also say, wow, it's unbelievable. I'm honored to receive this award tonight. And I just want to thank our sponsors, the NSTF and South32, and also the Water Research Commission. And then also a special thanks to the University of the Free State for nominating me, and then special people that's tonight here with me at the table there. All these has contributed for me to receive this award tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Juba. We now proceed to the Engineering Research Capacity Development Awards. There are 2 awards sponsored by ESCOM, one to male and one to a female researcher for engineering research capacity development over the last 5 to 10 years. ESCOM has been sponsoring these awards since 2003. Would the following representatives from ESCOM please join us on the stages now? Mr. Andre Rousseau from ESCOM Distributions here in Cape Town, and Mr. Cecil Ramonozzi, Chief Executive Officer, ESCOM Development Foundation in Johannesburg. As they approach the stages, let us have a look at our finalists.
Engineering Research Capacity Development Award, sponsored by ESCOM. Professor Michael Clays, Professor Njolu Manyala, Professor Bruce Milado, Professor Piliswa Nosizo Nomgongo.
For the Male Engineering Capacity Development Award, in this category, for a lifetime of developing capacity, and particularly research capacity in catalysis, which lies at the heart of 90% of production processes for chemicals. The winner is the director of the DSI-NRF Center of Excellence in Catalysis at the University of Cape Town, Professor Michael Clays.
Thank you, good evening. This is truly a huge honor for me to receive this award. And as it is with many or most awards, this is a team effort really, and not an individual achievement. I would therefore like to thank my colleagues at the University of Cape Town, specifically also my colleagues at the Department of Chemical Engineering and the Catalysis Institute. Importantly, though, I would also like to thank all my colleagues and long-term collaborators in the DSI-NRF Center of Excellence in Catalysis, C-Change, which has proven to be an excellent vehicle for capacity development and transformation, really. And importantly, I accept this award on behalf of all the students and young researchers that I've had the privilege to work with over many years. Many of them have already impacted hugely in the field of catalysis, which is playing an increasingly important role as we transition into a more sustainable society in terms of sustainable energy, chemicals, and fuels. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. For the announcement of the female winner, let's cross over to Johannesburg. Dennis?
Thank you, CBC, sir. Now for the Engineering Research Capacity Development Award to a female for training, nurturing, and mentoring students through her research focused on analytical environmental chemistry of organic and inorganic pollutants in environmental, biological, and other matrices, the award goes to the Associate Professor and DSI NRF South African Research Chair Initiative, Chair for Nanotechnology for Water, the University of Johannesburg, Professor Peliswa Nomgongo. Would Professor Nomgongo please come forward?
Good evening, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my research team, University of Johannesburg, my department, my faculty for the support. And this award is for my students. They are the people behind the whole work that we do in our research team. Thank you very much.
No. Thank you, Peliswa. Our next category is the award to an individual for an outstanding contribution to science, engineering, and technology and innovation through management and related activities over the last 5 to 10 years. Let us take a look at the finalists in this category.
Management Award. Dr. Tegan Bristow. Professor Stephanie Burton. Dr. Eleanor Meyer. Professor Saurabh Sinha.
For her 9-year tenure as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Postgraduate Education, where she made significant contributions to research development at the university and across South Africa, the award goes to the Professor of Biochemistry and the Professor at Future Africa, an immediate past Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Postgraduate Education, University of Pretoria, Professor Stephanie Burton. Would Professor Burton please come forward to receive the award?
This is a special moment. I have been part of the NSTF and I have hosted tables at NSTF dinners for years. And it's a wonderful moment to be standing on the other side of the stage. So let me just say, leadership and management of university research is challenging. And the expectations are very high, but it's also enormously rewarding. From my early days as a researcher to my time as a DVC at the University of Pretoria, it has meant meeting and working with many talented people and sharing their aspirations. And I've always seen this role as one of enabling. And in fact, this evening, a number of the finalists here this evening are colleagues from the university, but also colleagues and in fact, ex-students and people I have worked with through many different roles. I've had the honor and the pleasure of working with leaders at national and international levels, including my fellow DVCs, and serving with colleagues on the NRF, the scholarly academies, the Royal Society, and newly some of the international organizations, including Future Earth. I would like to thank every one of them, all of those with whom I've worked, for your contributions to this award. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Burton. Our next category is the T.W. Kambuli NSTF Awards to Emerging Researchers for research and its outputs over a period of up to 6 years of research work from the commencement of the research career, predominantly in South Africa. The grants that accompany these awards have been sponsored by ProSet, the professional societies sector of the NSTF. We have 2 winners in this category. Would Dr. Gerda Botha from ProSet join us on the stage in Johannesburg, and Mr. Davi Botha join us on the stage in Cape Town for the award presentations. Let us now have a look at our finalists.
T.W. Kambule NSTF Award, Emerging Researcher, Prize Sponsor, ProSet. Dr. Wynand Goosen. Dr. Laura Heathfield. Dr. Tisetso Lepoto. Dr. Michelle Lochner. Dr. Vukosi Marivate. Professor Salome Maswime. Professor Namdi Nwulu. Dr. Buitumelo Innocent Ramatzete. Professor Sital Silal. Dr. Caitlin Uren.
I must say, our young ladies are doing remarkably well these days, aren't they? Let's give them all a clap. For our first award in this category, for a contribution through the design and development of a reconfigurable vibrating screen for separating mineral particles by size and volumes in the beneficiation industry, the award goes to a lecturer and researcher in engineering graphics, design, educational information, and engineering technology at the University of the Witwatersrand, Dr. Boitumelo Innocent Ramatsetsi. Would Dr. Ramatsetsi please come forward to receive the award? There we go.
Wow, wow, wow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm very honored to receive this award today. So I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the people that played a role in me getting this far. So firstly, I'd like to thank my previous employer, which is Tshwane University of Technology, especially Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment. I'd also like to thank my current employer, which is University of the Witwatersrand. Thank you for believing in me, and many more to come. Thank you.
For our second award in this category, we cross over to Cape Town. Over to you, Sibasiso.
I'm over here in Cape Town, Dennis. Thank you very much. For the second award in the T.W. Kambule NSTF Emerging Researcher category, for a contribution through combining knowledge from biology, clinical medicine, public health, and economics to develop mathematical disease models to help shape health policy, the award goes to Assistant Professor in the Department of Statistical Sciences and Director of Modeling and Simulation Hub in the Faculty of Science at the University of Cape Town, Professor Sital Silal.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the Honourable Minister and Honourable DG, and to all present today. Firstly, thank you very much to the NSTF and to the adjudicating panel for awarding me this very prestigious award today. In particular, I'd like to thank my team at MASHA, the Modelling and Simulation Hub Africa at University of Cape Town, my colleagues at the South African COVID-19 Modelling Consortium, and the leadership at the University of Cape Town for all the support in enabling this award. And I would also like to thank all the members of government from the various levels of implementation, from the district level all the way up to the upper echelons of government, for affording us the opportunity to present our scientific research throughout the pandemic over and over again to support the national planning efforts for COVID-19. Thank you.
Very much, and DG, I think I will let you rest here. Thanks, DG. Our next category is in the T.W. Kambule NSTF Research Award to an individual for research and its outputs over a period of 6 to 15 years of research work from the commencement of the research career. Let us have a look at the nominees.
T.W. Kambule NSTF Award, Researcher. Professor Lynn-Marie Burkoltz. Professor Anton Duplessis. Dr. Sharif Hendricks. Professor Bruce Milado. Professor Marsha Mkansi. Dr. Ashwell Ndlala. Professor Piliswa Nosizo Nomgongo.
For a contribution through the management of the South African contribution to the Large Hadron Collider at the CERN facility, the oversight of development and production of unique 16-layer electronics board, and numerous other contributions in the field of physics and artificial intelligence. The award goes to the research professor and senior scientist and coordinator, Technology Innovation Platform in Artificial Intelligence at Itemba Labs, and director, Institute for Collider Particle Physics, University of Witwatersrand, and many other things. Professor Bruce Milado.
Now, Professor Lynn Morris from WITS is standing in here for Professor Milado and to receive the award. Are you going to say a few words on his behalf?
Thanks, Dennis. Well, just really to thank the NSTF for recognizing Bruce's fabulous work, and obviously to congratulate Bruce. I will certainly do that in person. You know, he's actually a physicist, and it's remarkable what he did for the COVID pandemic. He basically took a whole lot of data and he synthesized it and was able to model the epidemic and provide very important information. So he really is well deserving of this award. Thank you.
We've now come to our final award, the Lifetime Award. As our brand sponsor, we would like to invite the Vice President of Operations Manganese, Mr. Lucas Mzimanga, standing in tonight for his CEO, Mr. Mike Fraser of South32, to come up onto the stage to share with the Minister for the final award. Let us now have a look at the nominees.
Lifetime Award. Professor Soraya Bardin. Professor Raymond Durheim. Professor Jan Elof. Professor Sabiha Esak. Professor Eileen Hall. Professor Frank Tanser. Professor Ivan Turok. Professor Mariki Venter.
For the application of his expertise in geophysics and seismology to learn how the Earth works and where to find ore bodies and energy resources and how to make mining safer and more efficient and how to mitigate the risk of earthquakes, the award goes to the Professor of the DSI NRF-Saatchi Chair, Exploration, Earthquake and Mining Seismology, School of Geosciences, University of Witwatersrand, Professor Raymond Durheim.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Minister, Mr. Msimang, Mr. Hunt, Ms. Niehaus. It's wonderful to be here. And I was particularly glad that there was a miner here to congratulate me because my laboratory are the deepest mines in the world. We do our experiments 3 or 4 kilometers underground. So if there ever was a rock star, it's, I guess, us, eh? But for a lifetime award, I guess one goes back a long time. And I think, my formation started at high school, Westerford High School in Cape Town, universities of Stellenbosch, Pretoria, Wits, my various employees, General Mining Union Corporation, also CSIR, Wits University. So there's a whole constellation of people who helped to form me, and then also all the people that I guess have worked together, sabbaticals we're in Canada, in Germany, in the US. So this is all part of a lifetime in science. And the wonderful students that we've had, and Musa Manzi, who came up earlier to collect the award, is one of the, I guess, our prime examples of the wonderful talent we've had in our group. So it's been a wonderful ride, a lifetime. The Earth is our laboratory. It's a beautiful and awesome planet, and we need to look after it, for sure. Thank you.
Ray. Thank you to Professor Durheim. This concludes the presentation of the awards. My personal thanks to the Minister, the DG, and the sponsors for their assistance with the presentations. Over to you, Zai. Where are you? There.
Thank you, Dennis. We weren't kidding when we said we do have the rock stars, and they're here, most of them here in Johannesburg. But also thank you to Sibusiso out in Cape Town and the amazing winners in their fields. You are the rock stars. You rock and you rule. You know this. So congratulations from all of us from the National Science and Technology Forum. It has been incredible to see all the winners and this award ceremony that honors you in this special way. And of course, the best of science all in one room, whether we're here in Cape Town or in Johannesburg, and of course our community online on the NSTF YouTube channel. Congratulations to all, and we are celebrating your remarkable achievements, and the NSTF is doing this for the 23rd time. Yeah, That's how long this organization has put together the incredible awards and the achievements that you have contributed so far. But one very important item before I go away, I call on the Executive Director of the NSTF, Ms. Yancy Niehaus, to come on stage, and this is for the vote of thanks.
Right. Congratulations to all this year's winners in this venue and in Cape Town. The coming year, you're invited to participate in the NSTF Share and Dare program. Now, this is where you share your knowledge and then you dare the youth to follow you. We always had in-person gatherings where we'd get the winners to talk to learners, high school learners, and who knows, maybe that will happen again. But what we've got on the program at the moment is to make an interviewed video of each of you. And those will then be screened at high schools and at science centers and will be available on the internet. So please participate in that. There are various ways in which you can be an ambassador for science and for your field of science during the year. To our valued sponsors, you make it possible to recognize these outstanding contributions to science, engineering, technology, and innovation. And I particularly appreciate your involvement in these dire economic times and in the context of COVID-19. By supporting these awards, you are asserting that science, engineering, technology, and innovation are critical for the world and for South Africa. Firstly, thank you to the Department of Science and Innovation for your ongoing support since the beginning of the NSTF Awards in 1998. And Minister, thank you very much indeed for honoring us with your presence tonight. We really appreciate that, and it was a delight to host you. Then a big thank you to South32. Having reliable partners is of immeasurable value. This is the 6th year that South32 is our co-branding sponsor. Our 3 category sponsors are NSTF's partners in recognizing outstanding work in priority areas and causes, namely the cause of safe and sufficient water supply. Thank you to the Water Research Commission. Increasing research capacity development. Thank you for your ongoing support to this cause, ESCOM. For the cause of supporting small business based on innovation, thank you to NIPMO. And then, as mentioned previously, we thank our youth program sponsors, South32, the Department of Science and Innovation, the Lewis Foundation, and the Carl and Emily Fuchs Foundation, whose funding is coming to an end. For providing research grants to the winners of the T.W. Kambula NSTF Emerging Researcher category. Thank you to ProSet, a sector of NSTF representing the professional bodies in science, engineering, and technology. Thank you to all of those who have paid for seats to be here and for donating to the non-profit causes of NSTF. Your sponsorships and contributions allow the NSTF to manage and host these awards every year and to continue our activities as a non-profit company on behalf of the science community. We have a new partnership with the Journalism Department of the Tshwane University of Technology. So we thank you very much for that, and we look forward to continue working with you. Thank you to the NSTF committees and the management, the team under the management of Wilna Ekstein, who's in Cape Town tonight, who worked very hard to prepare this event. And last but not least, thank you very much to our media partners, the Mail and Guardian and the Business Report, and the Department of Tshwane University of Technology. Both the newspapers have produced a special feature telling the stories of the award winners and their work, which will appear in the newspapers tomorrow, and you will get an early copy tonight after the dinner of the Mail and Guardian. Please support these newspapers. Our newspapers are enormously important for our knowledge sharing and including sharing of scientific knowledge. On a final note, if your organization is not yet a member of the NSTF, please join us. The NSTF strives to represent all the voices in South Africa relevant to science, engineering, technology, and innovation. This concludes the 2021 NSTF-South32 Awards event. Thanks to all of you attending or watching, no matter where you are. And we hope you enjoyed it and that you were inspired by South Africa's outstanding researchers and other top professionals. Stay safe and good night.
Thank you very much, Yancy. Thank you to you. Congratulations. I do want to say thank you so much for being part of our team here tonight. And we look forward to having you again next year. So please send in your submissions. But right now, I hand you over to Gillian in Cape Town. I know he can't find a better co-presenter than me. Over to you, Gillian.
Thank you, Zai. I don't know about you, but I really had a blast. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you for you at home. Thank you for tuning in. I know some of you were very upset because you couldn't be with us, but you picked up in Yancy's speech that we had to pay to be here. So enjoy being at home. You can now take off your slippers, your pajamas. You can roll over, go to the bathroom, and then have a good sleep. The rest of us, we have a couple of hours left before we have to worry about lockdown. So let's take this time to let our hair down. Those of you who don't have hair anymore, get a wig. And let's celebrate the fact that there's exceptional talent in South Africa. It was an awesome pleasure to be with you all, and to my co-host up in Johannesburg, Zai J. Vas Kwai. And remember, the NSTF is our civil society forum that works on set for socioeconomic growth. So let's go out and remind people that science is worth doing. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who drive home safely. For those of you walking, if we drive past you, it's not because we don't like you. It is just because we are practicing physical distancing. Until we meet again, stay safe.